And basketball fans, you'll notice that many of our seats here in this center many will be talking. These seats are reserved for all season ticket holders. If you're interested in purchasing seats with your name on that, please visit the market deal out in the line, or you can go online to ERAU.com/EAA. Thank you for your cooperation.
Alright, you guys, I've got a strange one for you. We actually have a parakeet. I know, right? A parakeet that was captured in the lobby. Did someone lose a parakeet? You did not, Mr. Kenny. Well, they caught him, but so we don't want to let him go because it's obviously a pet. But we can't keep them in a box either. So if anybody knows someone who lost a parakeet or maybe a late Christmas present,
wait at halftime.
We've got a parakeet. So tell Curtis. He'll do something. Alright, that's all I got. A parakeet.
Jim, I can't take the bird. I got 6 cats. It's not a bird. Cats are weird.
I've got a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old. I don't need a bird to share.
And the winner in the strangest thing you found at Lost and Found at a college basketball game, it's a parakeet. Is it your parakeet?
This is a message from NCAA. I'd like to share it with you, as I always do, typically. UCLA Division II in Sunshine State. It's special students, coaches, spectators, who kindly request the cooperation of supporting participants and officials in a positive manner, using obscene gestures, racial resources, language, or actions towards officials, opponents, spectators, or institutional conference administrators are absolutely being not tolerated in a grounds for removal from assessing premises. Violation of North University is strictly prohibited.
Ryan, there's a 12 in their roster, but I don't have a 12. A name showed up. Do not. All right, Skip. I got a little over a minute. Is that about right? Let's see. Sounds good. Not good tonight. Is he with Katie? All right. Okay. I will keep an eye out for him. Sounds good.
And a great reminder, you will notice the penalty seats in the Astronaut Center have names on them. These are reserved for our season ticket holders. If you're not a season ticket holder, please find another seat. And we thank you for that. But if you want to buy tickets or buy seats with your name on the back, you can go out to the lobby and visit the marketing folks for more information. Thank you for your cooperation.
is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Basketball game. So Eagles and Spartans coming up momentarily here from the ICI Center. If you're in the local area, come out and join us. We've got plenty of good seats. Students are still gone on the holiday break, so plenty of room for you to join us here for some college basketball. National Anthem is coming up momentarily, so we're going to pause and take a quick timeout. We'll be right back for college basketball after this on the Eagles Radio Network. Back live at the ICI Center, John Phillips along with Luke Halgerson bringing you Eagles basketball tonight here on the stations of WSBB. And if you weren't with us there for the very first start of the pregame show, I want to also welcome our folks who are tuning in on 106.9 FM. So if you're in the local Daytona Beach area and you're down there in New Smyrna Beach, listen on AM 1230, maybe over in DeLand on AM 1490. If you come over here toward Daytona Beach and you want to flip it over the FM dial, you can keep up with a simulcast on 106.9. 106.9 on your FM dial. You can keep up with the Eagles and all the other great things going on WSBB. So 1230 in New Smyrna, 1490 in DeLand, 1400 in Sanford, or 106.9 on your FM dial. Eagles basketball coming up here momentarily. Let's meet the starters first for the University of Tampa. The Spartans come to Daytona Beach with an overall record of 5-6, 1-4 in the Sunshine State Conference. Most recent games for the Spartans, well, they took a little road trip all the way from Tampa to Honolulu, Hawaii. They played on Sunday, December 17th and Monday, December 18th over in Hawaii at the Hawaii Holiday Classic. They dropped their first game to Western Washington, 86-77, before knocking off the host school, Hawaii Hilo, 92-80. And again, they're 5-6 on the season. Starting lineup looks something like this for the Spartans. Their big guy inside is Duke Shelton. He's a heck of a player, and he is going to be a tough matchup for the Eagles. He goes 6'8" and 215 pounds. He's a senior from Vanguard High School in Ocala. At the power forward spot is Marcel Robinson, 6'5" and 220, also a senior from Montego Bay in Jamaica. Makai Biffle is on the wing. He's from Indianapolis, Indiana. He goes 6'2" and 175. The small forward is Anthony Gamble, 6'5", 215, a junior out of Riverview, Florida. And the leading scorer and the guy who kind of stirs the drink, the straw that stirs the drink for the Tampa Spartans, Pat Bacon. He's from Indianapolis, Indiana, 6 foot 175. He's a junior. He comes in averaging over 20 points per game for the Spartans. He's a good one. He's going to be a tough matchup for the Eagles tonight. Pat Bacon, a guy to keep your eye on for the Tampa Spartans. For the Eagles, starting five has got Rudy Bib Boyd along with Elijah Jenkins in the backcourt. Freshman Jenkins, sophomore Bib Boyd. Josh Hawkins on the wing is a junior at 6'3", 200. And the two big guys up front, Nashad Mackey, 6'6", and 215. And O.G. Milkovich, 6'7", and 230. Bib Boyd, the leading scorer for the Eagles at 18.1 points per game. And again, as I mentioned, for the Spartans, the leader is Pat Bacon. Eagles wearing the whites. Tampa's wearing all black tonight. Opening taps in the air. It's controlled by the Eagles. Milkovich ends up with it, and the Eagles will have first crack at it here on the offensive end. Elijah Jenkins works from right to left. They go down low to Milkovich against Duke Shelton. Backs him down, backs into a double team. Little baby hook is on the way and good. Thought OG was going to kick that one out once he got double teamed. Instead, he just powered up and threw it. And the Eagles draw first blood. A penetrating pitch for Bacon off to the far side. Three-point attempt is on the way. Is tapped a couple times, and Bib Boyd comes out of there with it. The Eagles off to a good start with a bucket, a stop, and got a chance to extend their lead here. Rudy's got it in the front court. He'll work the perimeter up high with a screen from Nashad Mackey from right to left. Out to OG, top of the circle, down the paint for the runner, and Milkovich will put it up and through. OG's got all four to start the ball game. Bacon dribbles from right to left. Jenkins hustles through, cut him off. He'll come back from left to right and then swing it in ball reversal over far side. Bob into Shelton. He'll catch it up and lay it up and through.
And that's going to be a good matchup all game. Shelton against OG.
Eagles get a fast break opportunity here, 2-on-1. Hawkins will pull up for a jumper. It's off the mark. OG will tap the rebound long, but didn't tap it strong enough. It's picked up here by Gamble. He'll go coast to coast, up, under, and in for Anthony Gamble. And it's a quick 4-0 run for the Spartans to tie it up. 4 apiece here, 90 seconds in.
Excellent little step through right there to get past Mackey for the easy reverse layup on the other end.
Eagles ball front court, 4 apiece. OG top of the circle, going to pull up for three. And it's in and out, went all the way down and out. Mackey a rebound, floats it back to Rudy. It's no good. Stick back is good for Milkovich. OG's got all 6. I thought he was going to have all 7 for a minute, but his three-pointer rimmed out.
Yeah, he's definitely starting off the game well. Getting inside, penetrating the lane, doing a nice job for the Eagles thus far.
Bacon penetrate and pitch near side. 3 balls on the way. Too strong, no good. Rebound picked up by Jenkins for the Eagles.
Just not something Tampa does exceptionally well is shoot the three-pointer, only at 32% on the season.
The Eagles lead it 6-4 with the ball front court. Around the horn, right-hand wing. Josh Hawkins, dribble drive in for a floater. It's up, it's short, no good. Rebound to the Spartans. Makai Biffle comes out of there with it, finds Bacon in transition. He's bumped by Elijah Jenkins, stays on the dribble to the baseline, all the way under and kicks far side for a 3-ball. It's up and it's good. Anthony Gamble knocks down the triple.
Gamble already 5 points now for Tampa. Starting off nicely for them.
Tampa takes their first lead, 7-6 to the Spartans. Milkovich, top of the circle. He'll go dribble down the paint with the left hand. It's up, it's no good. Rebound comes to the Spartans. They'll race the other way. Shelton's ahead of the pack. They look for the lob, can't find him instead. Little runner's no good. Blocked and rebounded by Mackey. Here comes Elijah Jenkins the other way. He's 1-on-2 looking for a trailer. Slows it down for Milkovich and Mackey to join him. Out high to Bib Boyd at the top of the circle. Back over to Elijah, right-hand wing. Over to Milkovich. He'll post it against Shelton. Backs him down to a double team. Kicks to Jenkins. Swing it to Bib Boyd. Over to Mackey. 3-ball. Off the mark. No good. Excellent ball movement, but the shot was no good. Here come the Spartans the other way. Bacon's going to race coast to coast, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Elijah Jenkins.
Yeah, on the other end for the Eagles, couldn't ask for a better look with Mackey wide open in the 3. Everyone looked to get a touch right there. Just excellent ball movement. Just couldn't knock it down.
Both teams go to the bench here. Mackey will check out for the Eagles for Luka Mastorovic. And for the Spartans, Malik Tunk, number 23, checks in. He'll bring Franz Pinard. And I thought there was a third player that checked in as well. Maybe only 2. They trigger out high to the top of the circle to Robinson. Back to Bacon. The Eagles going to play zone. Bacon, top of the circle, back near side. Three-point attempt on the way is on the mark for Mackay Biffle.
And they say that's actually only a 2. He was just inside the line right there.
Toes on the line. That's good for the Eagles. So only 2. 9-6. It's a 3-point advantage for Tampa. Little dribble interchange up high. Bib Boyd, Jenkins, and Hawkins. Elijah's got it top of the circle. Call to the screen from Luca. Jenkins pulls up from 17. It's going to be short. Rebound controlled by the Spartans underneath. Spartans racing the other way. Bacon's got the basketball in transition. Off the right-hand side. Uses a screen to create some space. The Eagles switch it. Bib Boyd goes with Bacon. Now they'll switch it back. Back around the horn. Far side triple on the way is good. Back to back. Three-pointers. I guess that one was a three-pointer. The one previously was not. So 8 points on 3 possessions for the Spartans. A triple, a 2, and a triple. And it's 12-6.
And Tampa 5 for 8 from the field, whereas the Eagles are only 3 for 10. They need to start knocking down some shots.
Here's the double team. OG will spin and kick. Hawkins, 3-ball. Off the mark, no good. Rebound to the Spartans. Eagles getting good looks, just can't knock them down. Spartans are 2 out of 4 from long distance. That's the difference right now. And ball deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Tampa. It'll go to the Eagles, and we'll go to our first media timeout. 12-6 Spartans. Eagles down 6. The 15-minute mark exactly. Back after this on the Eagles Radio Network.
Ken is our Director of Human Resources here at ERAU. And I figured since you can't really get farther than where you are from the court, you guys should be our Kalen Home Furnishings best seats in the house and those lazy boys. How does that look to you?
It's awesome.
All right, so I know there's 4 of you. How are you going to determine which 2 are going to get
Just one during the run of play.
Rock,
Thanks.
paper, scissors. All right, you guys want to see this? Rock, paper, scissors. Oh, they're saying no. All right, well, we're going to let them fight it out amongst themselves, but 2 of you guys, Corbin people, are going to end up in those lazy boys courtesy of Kalen Home Furnishings. So congratulations. Give it up to the Corbin. And thank you for your work here at ERAU.
Back time at the ICI Center here in Daytona Beach. It's Embry-Riddle taking on the University of Tampa. Eagles out to a 6-4 advantage early, but it's an 8-0 run for the Spartans to make it 12-6 Tampa here at the 15-minute mark. OG Milkovich is 3 for 5. That's the good news. The rest of the team is 0 for 6. That's the bad news. Eagles 3 out of 11 overall, while the Spartans are 5 for 8, including 2 3-pointers. And that's the difference right now. Spartans shooting 62%, while the Eagles are 27.
Now Tampa going to go with a little full court press right here, put some pressure on the Eagles.
Once they get the ball into Jenkins, they'll drop into a man-to-man here. Bacon will walk with Elijah toward the front court. Jenkins heads to the left-hand side, post feed into Milkovich. Here comes the double team. He'll spin, go up and under to a triple team. Kick it over to Luca. Step back, baseline 3 is good for 3 from Luka Mastorovich. If I told you the first guy to make a three-pointer was going to be the 6'9" fella, you probably would have thought I was nuts. But the Eagles knock it down. Eagles back in that zone. Spartans work the perimeter. Bacon penetrate, kicks it off right-hand wing. Throw it back up high to Bacon. Takes it down the paint, spins past Jenkins, then U-turns it and knocks it home. First bucket of the night for Pat Bacon. And it's 14-9.
Does a beautiful shot, creating space with the spin move and then having the wide open look. No one within 5 feet of him.
He's an outstanding player from the state of Indiana. 22.5 points per game for Bacon. Jenkins, left side, Josh Hawkins. Post feed into Luca, kick it out, far side Jenkins, catch and shoot 3. Back of the iron, no good. Rebound tapped out from Hawkins, out to Jenkins. Post feed back to Luca, he'll put it up, put it in. Mastorovich has got 5 straight. Eagles hustle back quickly on defense. It's a 1-possession game, 14-11 in favor of Tampa. Eagles back in the 2-3 zone. Bacon up high, then back around the horn, top of the circle now. Bacon, dribble drive into space, pulls up from 10 and knocks it down.
And they play good defense until Bacon can penetrate that zone and just gets right to his spot for the easy mid-range jumper.
Yeah, Spartans got the ball moving quickly, and the Eagles were just a half a step behind. That left a gap for Bacon to fill. and he's able to knock it down. Jenkins, touch pass to Bib Boyd. It's deflected and picked off by Tampa. Nice play there, picked off by Franz Pinard. He'll bring it across the timeline and find Bacon, who calls out the play. Tampa's zone offense has been very good so far. A long triple, and that's very good for Anthony Gamble. And I think the Eagles are going to have to get out of this zone right now. The Spartans have the hot hand. Gamble's got 8, including 2 3-pointers. And the lead is 19-11 in favor of Tampa at the 12:50 mark. Coach Ritter's going to call a 30-second timeout here, try to adjust something on defense, because right now the Tampa zone offense is outstanding. It's 19-11, Tampa 19, and Belgrade, Serbia 11. 6 for OG Milkovic and 5 for Luka Mastorovic. Nobody from anywhere but Serbia has scored so far for the Eagles. Eagles will go to the bench for some fresh bodies here at the stoppage. Kobe Carlton will check in at the point guard spot. Brian Johnson will check in and play on the wing for the Eagles. And Nashad Mackey will return for Embry-Riddle, along with Rudy Bib Boyd. Mackey will trigger it. Comes into Bib Boyd in the corner. He'll be guarded by Bacon. He'll bring it front court. Rudy will go to the point guard spot with Jenkins on the bench. Get a high screen from Mastorovic. A long 3 from Bib Boyd is off the mark. Rebound to Bacon. He'll race the other way. Bacon coast to coast, partially blocked by Bib Boyd, and that'll go to the Eagles. Ball was blocked by Rudy and then deflected off of Bacon while he was laying under the basket and touching the baseline. He was technically out of bounds with contact, and once he touched the ball, it goes to the Eagles. Deflection on the far side. Mackey ends up with Eagles catch a break. He'll go coast to coast and kick off to Luka. He'll put up another triple, and it's good. Mastorovic has got 2 3-pointers tonight.
From the exact same spot in that corner, he's deadly from right there. You wouldn't think it going into the pregame that the biggest guy on the Eagles would be one of their better 3-point shooters, but he can definitely knock him down.
Mastorovic 0 for 3 on the season, but 2 for 2 tonight. Bacon off the left-hand side. He'll work against Nashad Mackey. Spins, deflection by Mastorovic. He'll get the steal, and he'll drop it back to Cody Carlton to walk it front court. 19-14, Eagles down 5. Carlton works here against Biffle. Into Mackey. Nashad will kick it back to Kobe. Around the horn, Brian Johnson. Post feed into Luka. He'll catch it and stick it in. Good look underneath, and Luka's got 10 points off the bench. A perfect 4 out of 4 shooting. 2 from inside, 2 from outside.
And the Spartans just haven't had an answer to stop him, and he's been mixing up his game nicely from the outside and then going right down to the inside on the block for easy layups.
Biffle guarded here by Carlton. Drops it off to Bacon. Going to call for a high ball screen. Turn the corner, take it down the paint for a runner. It's no good but a foul.
And Bacon just has such a quick first step. He's so tough to stay in front of, and there's a reason he averages 22 points a game.
Foul on Rudy Bib Boyd, his first, team second. And we'll go to a media timeout. This is our under 12 timeout. 11-12 to go first half. It's 19-16. Spartans lead it by 3. Back right after this on the Eagles Radio Network. Back in Daytona Beach, Florida, we're at the ICI Center tonight on the campus of Embry-Riddle for Eagles basketball and Sunshine State Conference play tonight against the University of Tampa. It's a full slate of basketball for the Eagles from here on out. Tonight, Tampa. Next Wednesday, we head to Boca to take on Lynn. and follow that up with another conference game right after that at Eckerd. Tampa tonight at Lynn on January 3rd, at Eckerd on the 6th, then back home on January 10th to take on Nova Southeastern. At the free throw line coming out of the timeout, it's Pat Bacon. He knocks down the first, and he's got one more coming. He's 82% on the year, and no surprise, makes them both. 21-16, Spartans by 5. They'll go to the bench for Freddie Ibrahim. He checks in for Bacon, who'll get his first rest of the night. Alberto Moreno also checked in at the stoppage there for the Spartans to see his first action of the game. Carlton from Milkovich to run the offense. Guarded here by Moreno. Far side to Brian Johnson. Now Mackey top of the circle. Back to Johnson. Eyes it from 3, passes it up. Dribble, spin, and off the window, too strong. Rebound in the shot, Mackey, and putback is good. Back to a 3-point game. Eagles down 3, 21-18 here at the 10:38 mark. Time to dig in on defense. Moreno on the far side. Deflection by the Eagles. It'll go into the backcourt, but touched by the Eagles. Kick it near side. Long triple on the way is perfect for Anthony Gamble, his third of the night.
Yeah, Gamble has been on fire already with 11 points. Only guy besides Mistorovic who's in double figures right now.
Gamble 27% on the year, but he's 3 out of 4 tonight. From three-point area, that is, 27%. Milkovich, a dribble cut off here. Now over to Carlton, and shot clock at 10. Kobe going down the paint, spins, gets the ball poked away. Here come the Spartans in a 3-on-2. Duke Shelton down the paint, and he'll put up and put it in. Nobody stopped the ball that time. Shelton, not a guy who's normally the front of the pack leading the break, but the Eagles unable to stop him. He takes it all the way to the rack and lays it in. 26-18, Spartans by 8.
Yeah, just made the smart decision there, not passing off and just attacking the Eagles right at the middle.
Milkovich will back down, and here comes the double team. He'll spin baseline, throw it over to Mackey. He'll ball fake, dribble, spin, and be off the mark that time. Rebound to Tampa. They'll throw a baseball pass that's picked off by Kobe Carlton. Carlton trapped in the corner, floats it back to Mackey. His jumper from 10 is good. Good thing it went in because there was nobody there to rebound other than black shirts from Tampa. And it's a 26-20 score. Tampa leads it by 6.
Nice job there by Carlton to find Mackey at the exact same spot. He just missed a shot, but he's not going to miss that twice.
Shelton up high. Calls for help. Feeds it over to Gamble. Gets it back this way in the hands of Moreno. He'll wrap around and get the ball knocked out of bounds by Mastorovic. It'll stay with Tampa. 8 on the shot clock for the Spartans. 8:46 on the game clock. We're in the first half. It's 26-20 Spartans by 6. Subs for the Eagles. Mastorovic will check out. He'll take Kobe Carlton with him to the bench, and Rudy Bibb Boyd and Josh Hawkins will return for Embry Riddle. Tampa ball underneath. Alberto Moreno will be the trigger man. Triggers into the corner for a wide open look, and the Eagles mess of coverage there. Marcel Robinson hits his second 3 of the night.
Just amazing. You didn't think Spartans would come in shooting the 3 ball well, but they're already 5 for 7, whereas on the year they're only shooting 32%.
They got the hot hand tonight. Corner to Milkovich. He'll pull up for 3. It's blocked. Saved in by Tampa. Good hustle there by Duke Shelton. Blocked it. Saved it in. Here comes Moreno the other way. Feeds it left side for a triple, and that's good as well. Freddie Ibrahim. Tampa now 6 out of 8 from three-point area. If they shoot their normal percentage, they'd be like 2 out of 8. And it'd be a tie game. Instead, they've got 12 more points on 6 of 8 three-point shooting, and they lead it by 12. Mackey bumped here on the corner. That's going to be a foul on the Spartans. It'll be the first foul called against Tampa tonight. It goes on Marcel Robinson. It'll take us to our under 8 media timeout. 7:57 to play here in Daytona Beach. All Spartans right now. They lead it by 12, 32-20. Back after this on the Eagles Radio Network.
You totally just won a $25 gift certificate good for service or accessories. You got one for real? Alright, let me see. Which one is it? Mitsubishi? You got yourself a $25 gift card. Good job, sir. Way to drive a Mitsubishi.
Eagles not playing all that badly right now. Just Tampa is shooting the lights out. Embry-Riddle at 41% overall for the game, 9 out of 22. Only turned the ball over twice. But the challenge is the other side of the docket. You got Tampa 75% overall and 75% from three. 12 of 16 for the game, including 6 out of 8 from three-pointers. They haven't missed a free throw either.
Yeah, between the 12-minute media timeout and the 8-minute media timeout, Tampa's on a nice little 4-13 run, so the Eagles need to get something going here on the offensive end.
Jenkins out to Rudy Bibb Boyd. Rudy out between the circles, shot clock to 10. He'll split two defenders, take it all the way inside for a runner, no good. Mackey a rebound, leans back up, no good. Tip around, no good. Still alive and controlled by Tampa to Marcel Robinson. He'll find Ibrahim, who pushes front court quickly. Trails it back to Moreno. Now Robinson. Eagles go back into that 2-3 zone. Ibrahim, left-hand wing. To Gamble. Dribbled down right side. He traveled, and the ball will go to the Eagles. 32-20. Tampa leads it by 12 at the 7:18 mark. Spartans can't seem to miss so far tonight. Right side, Hawkins. Post feed into Milkovic is too strong. Goes through his hands out of bounds, and ball back to Tampa. Moreno front court, left side Ibrahim. They spread the floor. Ibrahim, a long triple. It's in and out, no good. Rebound to Nashad Mackey. Maybe a change of luck coming for the Eagles on that miss. Left side, Milkovic. And he works against Duke Shelton and is fouled. First on Shelton, second on the Spartans.
Did a little hand check right there, and they got rid of that rule. They're in the early 2000s, so just a little illegal defense right there.
Josh Hawkins will take a seat. Cole Hunter checks in. First action for Cole tonight. Rudy triggers into Elijah Jenkins. Over to Mackey, right wing, with a Hunter screen. Mackey takes it down the paint for a floater and gets the friendly roll. Mackey's got 6. Had a little English on that one as it spun around the rim and stayed up there and trickled on through.
And he needed a little English because it seemed like every Tampa defender collapsed there on Mackey.
Foul's going to go on Cole Hunter, his first, team's third. Trying to work in there against Malik Tunk.
Something Tampa's done really well on the defensive side of the floor is just collapsing on the penetrators for the Eagles. Eagles can't get much on the inside.
Trigger into Gamble. He'll drop it back to Moreno. Back over left-hand wing. Good hustle there by Mackey to dive after a loose ball. And did he touch it while he was out of bounds? I guess he did. He skidded across the floor and got a piece of it, but he was partially out of bounds. The ball will stay with Tampa.
Hopefully the kind of hustle play that can get the Eagles going on both sides of the floor. Shooting just 38% for the game.
He'll grab a towel to mop up the sideline over there where Mackey went sliding across. 13 on the shot clock for the Spartans. They'll trigger from the far left-hand wing. Into Ibrahim, back to Moreno. Around the horn near side for 3. It's perfect from Anthony Gamble.
And he's now knocked down 4 3-pointers on the day.
4 out of 5 on the game. Gamble, as I mentioned, not a guy you expect to get a lot of that out of. Into Mackey. Up, under, and can't finish it, but fouled. Thought he was going to get a basket and one opportunity. Instead, we'll get a foul on number 5, Freddie Ibrahim. First personal, team's third. And Nashad Mackey will toe the line for 2. Yeah, Gamble comes in averaging 4 points per game.
Yeah, he's only gotten over the double-digit mark once this season thus far, and he had 16 in a game against Alabama Huntsville.
Yeah, comes in averaging 4. He's got 14. We barely played 14 minutes.
And he had just 2 points off his season high on the day. He's really feeling it right now, and he's got to be happy that the Eagles continue to play zone defense against him.
Yeah, he's a 27% three-point shooter, so he's kind of the guy you feel like if there's anybody to leave open, he'd be your guy. But not tonight. He's 4 out of 5 from long distance, and he leads everybody with 14 points. It's 35-24, Tampa by 11. Bacon right side to Moreno. Swinging around far side. Three-point attempt is good for the Spartans.
They're now 8 for 11 from three-point range, 72% on the game.
That one from Mekhi Biffle.
And the Eagles are only 2 for 8 for three-point range.
Cole Hunter post feed into Milkovich, and he is fouled by Tunk, I believe.
It's going to be real tough sledding on the scoreboard when one team has knocked down as many threes as you've taken.
Yeah, 8 out of 11, 73% from 3. Eagles wanted to go back to Milkovich against Tunk, but couldn't find him just yet. Go to Mackey instead. He'll go to the baseline. There's the double team. Who's going to be open? He'll find Milkovich. Shot clock on 7. OG down the paint, and they're going to call him for a charge.
It's just something Tampa has done well all game is just cutting off the penetrators by the Eagles. Just can't get anything on the inside.
They all collapsed, and it was 2 guys high and 2 guys low. OG split the first 2 guys high, but his momentum carried him into a guy camped right down under the basket, and the charge is called. 4th foul against the Eagles. And it'll be Spartan basketball on the turnover. Bacon to Biffle. Back around the horn, far side, Moreno. Dishes it off far side. Now back up high top of the circle. Another three-point attempt on the way. That one is off the mark. Rebound to Nashad Mackey. Malik Tunk missed one. Bib Boyd open for 3 for the Eagles. That one's good. Rudy's first basket of the game. Comes in averaging 18. Now he's got 3. Finally gets off the goose egg, and the Eagles are down 11. Around the horn, far side, Biffle. Jumper from 18, going to be too strong. Rebounded by the Eagles.
Exactly the kind of possessions they need. Force Tampa into a bad shot on one end and then get some good offense on the other end.
Bib Boyd pulls up for 3. It's no good, and we got a rebound to Mackey, and he is undercut. Still got the rebound nonetheless. I think the foul's going to go on Biffle.
Tough guy to box out for sure. There's a reason he's second in the conference in rebounding.
So Biffle called for the foul. It'll take us to our under 4 media timeout. Tampa's still shooting the lights out here in Daytona Beach. It's 38-27 Tampa. Spartans by 11, back right after this on the Eagles Radio Network. Not normally. Average of 4 points a game, 27%. You've got 2 of the winningest coaches in the history of NCAA Division II basketball facing off tonight. Coach Steve Ritter, 672 wins coming into the season. now up to 678 with the 6 wins so far. Richard Schmidt from Tampa, 685. So they've combined for over 1,300 wins. Tonight so far, it's the Spartans with the advantage.
One of the main reasons they have the advantage is they're shooting 66% from the field, where the Eagles are shooting just under 40%.
3 of the top 10 coaches that are active in Division II are in the Sunshine State Conference. Richard Schmidt was 685, Tom Klusen was 677, and Steve Ritter was 672 entering the season. Bad pass on the inbound, picked off by Tampa. They'll race it front court and control it, and immediately pull up for a 3 and knock it down. That was Marcel Robinson. Bad pass by Rudy Bibb Boyd started it. Spartans deflected it, then chased it down, then hit a 3. Rudy tries to answer the other way, no good. Stick back for Mastorovich, no good. Here come the Spartans the other way. 41-27, Eagles down 14. Bacon, crossover, goes behind the screen, turns the corner down, penetrates, pitches, far side, 3 ball. Very short, no good, rebound Duke Shelton. His jumper is blocked by Mastorovich, rebounded by Rudy. Here come the Eagles the other way. Bibb Boyd trails it back to Hunter. Skips it to Jenkins. 3 ball near side from Elijah. In and out, no good. Rebound tapped twice by Mastorovich. Back up and fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. Foul's going to go on 25. That's Pat Bacon, his first, team's 6th.
Another thing Tampa's doing really well is moving the ball off their 15 field goals made. 11 of them have come off assists.
Excellent job sharing the basketball tonight by the Spartans. Mastorovich will toe the line for the first time tonight. Back of the rim, no good.
Yeah, just a 54% free throw shooter on the year.
Yeah, if there's anybody you want to foul, he's the guy, unfortunately.
It's just the first shot he's missed today, as he was a perfect 4 for 4 from the field with 2 3-pointers.
He does knock down the second free throw. 11 points so far tonight for Luka Mastorovich. Elijah Jenkins will check out for Josh Hawkins. So it's Hawkins, Bibb Boyd, Mastorovich, Mackey, and Milkovich. (41-28). Spartans lead it by 13. They work the perimeter. Left-hand side, Biffle. Now top of the circle. 3-pointer is good for Gamble. That's his 5th of the night.
And he's cooking with electricity right now. 5 for 6 from 3, 6 for 7 from the field.
The Eagles done a nice job on Pat Bacon. He's only got 6. But gracious sakes, what has gotten into Anthony Gamble tonight? Bibb Boyd pulls up for a long triple. It's no good. Stick back on a attempt there by Mastorovich, no good. And then the rebound controlled by the Spartans. Knocked out of bounds by Rudy. It'll stay Spartan basketball. Boy, similar to the women's game earlier today, the Eagle ladies couldn't buy a basket from three-point area. And the guys aren't doing much better. Here comes Gamble again. Hey, he missed one. Rebound to the Eagles. 44-28. Gamble drops all the way back to 5 for 7 after that miss. Mackey floats the right side and knocks it home. Mashad's got 10. He'll go to double figures along with Mastorovich. Almost all the points have come from our bigs. Milkovich, Mastorovich, and Mackey have combined for 27 of our 30. And that's a travel by the Spartans. Ball will go to the Eagles on the turnover.
And then Bibb Boyd's the only other Eagle with a field goal right now, and he knocked down a three-pointer, but he's 1 for 7 from the field.
Yeah, Rudy's the only other guy to score. Mackey almost a double-double before halftime. 10 points and 8 rebounds. Bibb Boyd open for 3, passes it up, goes to OG on the right-hand side. He'll back down to a double team, kick it out to Rudy, top of the circle 3. That one's good. Rudy's going to have to get the hot hand tonight. If they're going to double team down low, which they're doing almost every time, he's going to have to be able to knock down the triple. He's 2 out of 5 now.
And I think that goes for every Eagle perimeter player.
Good post feed into Makai Biffle on a cutting across the lane. He got free from Josh Hawkins. Big Boyd up high, takes it down the paint, and he'll skid in. Rudy turned the corner, nobody stopped the ball.
Yeah, he's such a quick guard. He's so tough to stay in front of, and that seemed like the first time the Eagles have really had an open lane to the basket all day.
46-35. It's an 11-point game, about a 6, maybe 7-second differential shot clock and game clock. Bacon with 12 on the shot clock. Off the screen, turns the corner. Against Mackey, he'll kick out, deflected and picked up by Rudy. With 10 seconds, Rudy's going to go coast to coast, put it up, and blocked by the Spartans out of bounds. It'll stay to the Eagles with 8 seconds. Eagles can take it into single digits here before halftime and try to find some momentum.
Right here, there's no reason to rush a shot. Just look for the best opportunity to score.
Yeah, you got 8 seconds here. No reason to rush. Make sure Tampa can't get a shot.
Yeah, you definitely want to hold for the last shot of the half. That way you can cut it to single digits, hopefully, if they knock it down.
Into Hawkins, post feed into OG, wrap around into Shad. 3-ball far side. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound, put back is good. Count it for Milkovic.
That was a big shot for the Eagles. They needed that one going into the second half, now only being down single digits.
Yeah, Milkovic chases down a rebound at the elbow, about 17 feet from the basket. He knew the clock was low. Caught, turned, shot all in one motion, it seemed like, and able to knock it down. A big bucket for the Eagles. They'll take it to single digits and go down 9 instead of 11. 46-37 at the half here in Daytona Beach. We'll take a timeout. The Eagles will see if they can find a little momentum to go to the locker room and try to rally here against Tampa. Back after this on the Eagles Radio Network. Yes, sir. Yeah, we can do the commercial here, and then do the news, then take another commercial if you want, if that's easy. Yeah. That sounds good. I know how that is. Awesome. Where are they? Okay, sounds good. There's some lady named Katie here. She's bothering me. Can you call somebody? How much time we got? 43 seconds. Okay.
So anyway, we were talking to Jason. Jason is
This is the University of Tampa.
It's crazy how cold it is up there. Some of those places. Yeah, my parents are in
Explore your
Maryland.
dreams. Discover
11
your
the other day.
talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Back at Daytona Beach, John Phillips, Luke Halgerson for the Eagles basketball game tonight. The halftime show brought to you by the Homewood Suites. They're on Bill France Boulevard in Daytona Beach. Homewood Suites are at 386-258-2828. 386-258-2828. 165 Bill France Boulevard. The Homewood Suites are right there by Volusia Mall, adjacent to the Bahama Breeze and the Olive Garden. And certainly appreciate their support by the Homewood Suites by Hilton. Pat Sullivan and all the good team there. We're at the half. It's 46-37 in favor of Tampa. The biggest lead for the Spartans was 16 points. That was with 2:39 to go. It was 44-28. Since that point, the Eagles have gone on a 9-2 run to make it a lot more bearable going into the locker room. It's still going to be an uphill climb, but they've cut it from 16 to 9 in the span of 2.5 minutes, and we've got 20 minutes more of basketball. So if the Eagles can somehow try to find an answer for Anthony Gamble, have a chance to rally here in the second half. If you look at the stats here, Eagles are dominating in rebounding, 20-13, including 11 offensive rebounds. The challenge is we're just not scoring as well as we could. We're not bad. We're at 40%. Unfortunately, Tampa's at 63%, including 63% from three-point area. 10 made three-pointers for the Spartans, 10 out of 16, including 5 of those coming from Anthony Gamble. He leads all scorers with 17 points. And if you were with us in the first half, Gamble comes in averaging 4 points per game. So obviously a great night for him with 17 in the first half, and well on his way to a potential career-high performance here against the Eagles. Couldn't you pick a better time, Anthony? Gracious sakes, Luke. It's one of those things where you feel like after the holiday break, both teams have had the equal amount of time off. The team that's on the road, you might think, would really struggle. Unfortunately for the Eagles, the home team has struggled in the women's game earlier and in the men's game shooting the basketball. The visitors have shot the lights out tonight.
Yeah, clearly the rest has hurt the Eagles just a little bit, shooting 40%. But, you know, they lead in pretty much every other category. Have a substantial lead in reboundings with 20-13 points in the paint. They lead there 18-8. They have second chance points of 9 compared to nothing by Tampa. And then off the bench, they lead with 11 points off the Eagles bench compared to only 3 for Tampa. So, you know, besides just not making shots, the Eagles are still sitting pretty nicely here, and it's definitely going to be an uphill battle if Tampa continues to shoot 63%.
Yeah, Gamble, just looking at some numbers from him, he's a junior, 6'5" and 215. He comes in with a guy, like I said, averaging 4 points per game and looking for a career high. He had 32 last year in one game against Florida Tech, so he certainly has the capability of it. Although last year he only averaged 13 minutes per game. He did have that 32-point performance last year, but as in terms of scoring, last year. He only had 151 points total in 29 games, so about 5 points per game. But able to explode like he did for 32 against Florida Tech, and he's done it for 17 in the first half tonight.
And it's eerily reminiscent of when the Eagles played Auburn Montgomery, and I believe the Michael Bryant was his name. He happened to score, I think, a career high. He had 37 points against the Eagles, and he was the guy who came in averaged 2 points a game. So
you're exactly right. I don't remember the guy's name, but I remember somebody from AUM just absolutely blitzed us for a career high, and a guy who wasn't a three-point shooter but had a great night that night. And Anthony Gamble doing the same thing tonight. But good news for the Eagles is that there's a lot of time left, and it's single digits. It's 9. I'd rather be up 9 than down 9, but 9's better than down 16. And good performances so far from Nishad Mackey and Luka Mastorovic along with OG. 11 for Luka, 8 for OG, and 10 for Mackey. So they've combined for all but 8 of our points. The only other guy to score tonight, Rudy Bibb Boyd, and he's got the other 8, as you can imagine. So 4 players have scored. That's not real good. We need to find a little bit better balance tonight and get some production from somebody else. Bibb Boyd 3 out of 10 overall, including 2 for 5 with 8 points total. 10 points, 8 rebounds for Mackey. 8 points for OG to go with 2 boards and 2 assists. And Luka off the bench for 11 to lead the way, including 2 3-pointers. Perfect 2 out of 2 for a guy who came in 0 for 3 on the season. He's 4 out of 5 overall and 2 for 2 from long distance. So Eagles got a chance to rally, but it's going to take an all-out effort, and we're going to have to find a different set of defensive schemes. Good news, bad news. I don't think Anthony Gamble can get 17 more points. I don't think he's going to hit 5 3-pointers in the second half. The bad news is there's a guy named Pat Bacon that really hadn't got on track yet tonight. That's a credit to our defense. He hasn't had a lot of opportunities. It's also a credit to Bacon for not being selfish. He's got more assists than anyone else on the team with 5, and almost has more assists than he does points. That's a guy who comes in averaging 22 a game. He knows that he hasn't been open as much tonight, but he's been able to drop dimes onto some other guys and help them score buckets tonight. And that's how the Spartans lead it by 9 points here at the break. 46-37, Tampa by 9. We'll take another short timeout for 2 minutes. We'll come back. We'll get ready to start the second half. It should be a good one. I know the Eagles are going to have a big rally coming up. Ritter is rallying the troops in the locker room right now. Back after this on the Eagles Radio Network. Okay. All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Back live at the ICI Center, John Phillips, Luke Algerson bringing you Eagles basketball tonight. Beautiful Saturday in Daytona Beach. Certainly cold weather around the country, and maybe even unseasonably cold for the folks here in Daytona, but certainly a lot better than other places. Where are you from originally, Luke?
Well, I'm originally from Idaho, but I was just spent a little Christmas out in Colorado, and I can tell you the high when I was there was 20.
That's not high enough.
No, it is not. So I can usually only do the cold once out of the year, so I got my year in, and I got my fill for the entire 2018.
There you go. What part of Colorado did you go to?
Telluride.
All right.
My brother lives out in Telluride, Colorado, so I happened to visit him for the holidays and had a great time out there. And a little too cold for my liking, so I'm glad to be back here in Florida.
Yeah, it can get really, really cold in Telluride over there on the west side of the Rockies. And ski country out there. It's like the old West in a lot of ways in Telluride. Very different from Aspen and Steamboat and Vail and some of those other ski resorts, but a beautiful place nonetheless.
Yeah,
53 degrees here in Daytona Beach.
It was incredible out there.
So chilly for Daytona standards, but not compared to other places. That's our current temperature right now outside. It is 7 o'clock. You're listening to the stations of WSBB, AM 1230 New Smyrna Beach, along with AM 1490 in DeLand, AM 1400 in Sanford, and now on FM at 106.9. Ready for the start of the second half. Teams will switch ends. Spartans will go from right to left. They'll have the basketball first. 46-37. Tampa leads it by 9. Eagles going to dig in on defense. Spartan's going to shoot a three right out of the gates. It's up, and it's no good for Anthony Gamble. That's good news. Gamble misses his first shot of the second half. Eagles have a chance to get into the lead. Hawkins, Jenkins, now Mackey. To Bib Boyd off the screen. Rudy out between the circles. Left side, Josh Hawkins looks to post into OG. He'll work against Duke Shelton. Dribble in, gets the ball poked away by Shelton, and here come the Spartans with a 3-on-2 the other way. Shelton and a big two-hand flush.
And he is a monster at 6'8", 215 coming at you down the lane. It's tough to get in front of that one. There's a reason he hammers that one home.
Nobody wanted to get in the way of Duke Shelton that time. He started it with the deflection. Jenkins up high for Hawkins. Now OG right side. He'll dribble off, take it in for a little runner. Off the window, no good. Rebound, bounce around, stick back, no good. Second time's the charm for Milkovich on the far side. OG with the putback, takes it back to single digits. Spartans by 9, 48-39. Eagles in that 2-3 zone. Three-pointer from the near side is good for Marcel Robinson. That's his fourth. 3 of the game.
And it's just something they continue to do well is shoot the three ball. That's 11 for 18 right now, over 60% from three.
Robinson 37% on the year. No surprise he knocks it down. Here comes a steal for the Spartans. They'll race the other way over Mackey for a floater, and it is good. Marcel Robinson with that bucket.
Tampa kind of imposing their will right now as we open this second half. Eagles need to calm down and play some good defense on one end and get buckets on the other end.
Mackey down the paint, spins, and undercut there, going for a rebound. That was number 13, Makai Biffle. He comes down hard on his backside. Foul's going to go on Nashad Mackey. Bumped him in midair, his first personal. Ball to the Spartans. Biffle bounces back up quickly.
Bounced up quickly, now grimacing.
Yeah, bounced up quickly and then realized, oh, what did I do?
And he's definitely going to feel that one for the next few days as he hit the ground real hard right there.
53-39. Spartans by 14. A 7-2 run for Tampa. Deflection and a steal for the Eagles. Quickly ahead of the pack to Rudy Bib Boyd. He'll go coast to coast off the window. Just leaves it short, though. And Duke Shelton corrals the rebound. Spartans going to race the other way for a 2-on-2. Bacon going in, spins, and blocked from behind by Milkovich, and OG gets the rebound. Finds Jenkins. Here come the Eagles the other way, down 14. Milkovich, top of the circle, past Shelton. Dishes to Mackey. He'll put it up, no good. Stick back for OG, no good. Rebound to Mackey, up, and he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Eagles working the offensive glass. Nothing to show for it yet, but they will go to the line. Shelton's second personal. And Nashad foul line right side, shooting a couple.
And I thought Mackey was going to get an easy layup right there, but then Shelton came out of nowhere and blocks it off the backboard.
Spartans have excellent length out there. Mackey's free throw is good. You look at their roster with Robinson at 6'5". Mackey does make both free throws. Robinson 6'5", Shelton at 6'8", and Gamble also at 6'5". Each of those three guys are forced down low, so Mackey got past 2 out of 3. Post feed into Shelton, and it's poked away and lost out of bounds. Last touch by the Eagles. 53-41, Eagles down 12. Makai Biffle still holding his backside where he landed hard after getting his legs cut out from under him. Right at the base of his spine. Into Shelton, he's too strong. Rebound, Milkovich. Good defense by Mackey. Eagles the other way. Left baseline, Bib Boyd. Now Jenkins, post feed into OG. Backdoor cutter to Hawkins, up, under, and in. First bucket of the night for Josh Hawkins. Good look from Milkovich. And it's a 10-point game, 53-43. Backdoor lob and a big flush from Duke Shelton. That 2-3 zone, the guys on the base of it got a little too high. Let Shelton behind them.
Yeah, I don't even think anyone saw Shelton right there, and just an easy lob to him.
Hawkins right side. Dribble and drop for Jenkins. OG top of the circle. Pulls up for 3. Knocks it down. Milkovich, his first 3 tonight. He's got 13. The Eagles are going to try to chip away. We're going to need OG to get some buckets tonight.
It was a beautiful looking shot, but just his first 3-pointer of the game. He's 1 for 3 from that range, but 6 for 10 from the field.
Another 3 for Tampa. It's good.
And they just can't miss from the outside. 12 of 19. They're shooting better from the 3-point range than they are from the field.
Yeah, there's 63.2% from three-point area. Only 62.9% overall. Milkovich up, under, and in. And basket and one opportunity for OG.
And he does a nice job of using the rim to protect himself so Shelton can't go all the way through and grab the net. Great take there by OG.
If it's on Shelton, it'll be his 3rd. Let's wait and see. And it is on Shelton. That'll be foul number 3. We'll go to the media timeout. It's 58-48. Eagles still down 10. It could make it 9 with a free throw, but it'll have to wait till after the media timeout and then after this commercial. Back right after this on the Eagles Radio Network. I know, I wish I could go out there and play or something. Then it'd be even worse, though. If they'd let me have a chance. I could shoot it. I don't know if I can make it, but I could shoot it. We were excited when Anthony Gamble missed the first 3-point attempt of the second half for Tampa. Unfortunately, nobody else missed since. Robinson, he's a perfect 4 for 4 tonight. And Makai Biffle knocked one down as well. 12 out of 19 overall as a team. And Spartans lead it by 10, 58-48. OG's up to 15 points for the game. Chance to make it 16 if he can knock down this free throw. It is good. Back to single digits and back where we were at halftime, down 9. The Eagles are going to stay in that zone. Bacon and Gamble, and almost picked it off there. Gamble ends up with it down low. Throw it back into the paint, and that's a travel. Ball will go to the Eagles.
That's exactly what the Eagles need. Good defense on one end. Now they need to just get a shot right here to go. Let's see if they can make it happen.
Elijah Jenkins will walk it front court. He'll go to OG at the top of the circle. Guarded here by by Robinson. And Robinson blocks that one and gets the rebound. Tried to do a little too much that time. Here comes Toonk, far side over to Gamble for three, and it's good. Well, we got him to miss one.
And he's now 6 of 9 from three-point range, and everything coming off assists. That's 19 assists off 23 made field goals for Tampa right now.
Over to Milkovich, far side, guarded by Marcel Robinson. Here comes a double team, out to Luka. He'll shoot it for three. That's going to be short. Rebound controlled by the Spartans. That's not Luka's spot. On the baseline is where he made a couple threes earlier, not on the wing.
Yeah, you just don't think coming into the game that's really his thing from outside. You really want him to be down on the block, imposing his will on defenders.
Three-pointer from the far side is no good for Tampa from Mekhi Biffle. Rebound to Josh Hawkins. Hawkins will go to Bib Boyd on the far side. Out high, Milkovich between the circles. Calls for a screen from Luka. OG down the paint for a runner, up, under, and in. It's like just give the ball to OG and get out of the way.
And that's just an excellent take right there. Looked like he was going to go up with the right, decides to switch, go underneath with the left. Nice take there, 10-point game.
Bacon, left side, Gamble open again. It's good again.
That's now 7 of 10. He just can't miss right now. 23 points, and we thought he was going to come out cold, but nope, he stays hot.
When you get in that zone, you are a dangerous shooter. Rudy Bib Boyd for three. He'll knock it home. That's his third triple of the game. Can't afford to trade baskets right now in a 10-point deficit, 64-54. Eagles going to go back to man-to-man. Bacon off the screen. Bib Boyd fights through it to Gamble. Around to Robinson. He works against Josh Hawkins. Back over to Bacon. Behind the back against Rudy. Down the paint, runner up. Block from behind. And it'll stay with Tampa.
Good recovery there by Rudy. I thought Bacon had gotten past him, but he does a nice job of getting back over and blocks that ball. Tampa with it, though. Only 8 seconds on the shot clock.
8 on the shot clock for the Spartans. Bib Boyd out for Kobe Carlton. Brian Johnson also in for the Eagles. Into Toonk. Back over here to Biffle. Back out high to Bacon. He'll put it up from three. It never drew rim, and you're right. I don't think they knew where the shot clock was.
Yeah, they definitely weren't aware, going way too slow, and then at last second Bacon realizes it and just hoists one up and doesn't hit anything.
He got backboard but no rim, and the Eagles will come out of there with it on a shot clock violation. Carlton right side, Jenkins open for three. That's good for Elijah.
And that's what they need out of Elijah, just his first three of the game.
Down to 7, 64-57. Toonk over to Pinard, now Gamble. Now back to Toonk. He'll throw it inside. Kick it back on the wing. Penetration move up is off the back of the iron. Oh, and a friendly roll there for Mekhi Biffle.
You couldn't play much better defense than that. Force him into a bad shot. He just happens to, the prayer was answered right there.
Carlton into OG. Back down to a double team. Kick it over to Luka. Up and in. Basket and a foul opportunity here from Astora.
That's a nice little high-low right there. OG draws the double team and then flips it over to Luka, who gets the N1 opportunity.
So it's down to 7, 66-59 with a free throw pending. But first, we'll take a break. 11:49 to play here in Daytona Beach. Eagles trying to rally. Back after this on the Eagles Radio Network.
Are you ready? Stand up. Here we go. Who leads the Eagles in assists this season? Is it A, Rudy, B, OG, or C, Elijah? Think about it. You can look at that crowd right there in B, and they usually know the answer.
11:49 to play here in Daytona Beach. 66-59. Eagles down 7 with a free throw pending for Luka Mastorovic. Mastorovic's free throw could make it 6, which is a 2-possession game. That would likely be the closest the Eagles have been in a long, long time. Let's see if we can find the spot when it was last a 6-point game. When it was 26-20 with 9:11 to go in the first half. That's the closest the Eagles have been. So this free throw could get us back to 2 possessions. Jenkins and Carlton with Johnson, Mastorovic, and Milkovic. Luka's free throw is good. Gives him 14 on the game, and it's 66-60. Carlton will guard Alberto Moreno. They work the perimeter. Ibrahim right side. Now back up high. Three-pointer blocked by OG, and he pulls down the rebound. Put it right back in the face of the Spartans, number 11, Marcel Robinson, and then corralled the rebound. The Eagles could cut it to 4 and maybe 3 with a triple. Jenkins will go right. Got the Mastorovic screen. Post Luka, and the ball's kicked here by Freddie Ibrahim. Reset the shot clock to 20. It had gotten to 10. OG will check out for Nishad Mackey. His rest probably won't be very long. Quick drink of water and he'll be ready to go momentarily. 20 on the shot clock, 11:14 on the game clock. Into Brian Johnson, back to Jenkins. Elijah out between the circles. Heads from left to right, pulls up for 3. And it's short, no good. It was on line, but just short. Rebound to Tampa.
And you like the thinking there, too, going under the screen. Elijah usually makes you pay.
Oh, Anthony Gamble makes you pay.
And he 8 for 11 from 3, 9 for 12 from the field. He really is cooking with electricity right now.
He is, he needs to go home. Kobe Carlton right side, looks for Mackey, finds him deep on the block. He'll put it up and put it in.
That's what the Eagles need to do. Be aggressive on the offensive end.
Yeah, the inside guys are doing most of the damage for the Eagles. Gamble. Left side, Ibrahim. Moreno, dribble drive down the paint, and he'll score it inside. The first basket of the night for Alberto Moreno. Back to a 9-point game. Jenkins will walk it at front court, 71-62 as we approach the midway point of the second half. Eagles down 9. Brian Johnson for a long 3. It's no good. Mastorovic a rebound. Up, under, and in for Luka.
And he's now got 18 points on the day, 7 rebounds as well.
Spartan's going to pull up for 3. It's no good. Brian Johnson a rebound.
And that's exactly the kind of shots that the Eagles want Tampa to take. Quick shots. And
yeah. A 3 from
shots at that.
Malik Tunk. Post feed into Luka. Step through. Baby hook is not going to go. But stick back by Brian Johnson, not going to go either. And a long rebound corralled by Tampa. They'll race the other direction, 4-on-2. Wrap around underneath to Tunk. Blocked by Mastorovic, rebound in the shot, Mackey, and he is fouled.
And that's 3 straight possessions. The Eagles are playing incredible defense, not giving Tampa anything.
Foul's going to go on Alberto Moreno, his first personal. Jenkins out for Rudy Bibb Boyd. Josh Hawkins will hustle to the table as well for Kobe Carlton. It's a 7-point game, and the Eagles have the ball at the 9:09 mark.
Correction, personal foul on number 1, Alberto Moreno.
The Eagles could cut it to 5 or maybe 4. Mackey knocks it into Rudy. Bibb Boyd will walk it front court. Alberto Moreno waits for him. Going left side. Over to Mackey between the circles. Calls for the Mastorovic screen. Nishad down the paint for a runner. It's up and couldn't get the roll, but he'll go to the free throw line and shoot a couple.
You got to like that play by Mackey. He was open at the top of the key, but elects to go for the higher percentage shot with the layup. Can't convert it, but he's going to the free throw line for 2.
Mackey will shoot a couple here for the Eagles. He's been to the line 4 times so far tonight. 14 points, 11 rebounds on the game. First free throw is good. Milkovich leads the way with 18, Mastorovich with 16, Mackey with 15, and Bib Boyd with 11. And Nashad's got both free throws to make it a 5-point game, 71-66. Eagles in their full court press. Toonk over to Moreno. Feeds it over, up under, and good for Mackay Biffle. Eagles almost forced a 10-second violation in the backcourt, but once Tampa cleared it, they got a fast break and an easy up and under move. Bib Boyd open for 3, and we're going to have a foul on 23, Malik Toonk, away from the ball.
Yeah, Toonk held Luka right there, not allowing him to get the proper screen there.
OG's going to return for Brian Johnson. The Eagles down 7 at the 8:22 mark.
And that's now 6 fouls against the Spartans.
Only 1 against Embry-Riddle here in the second half. Rudy turns the corner going right. Gets cut off by a help side defense out to OG. He'll go down the paint for a strong kick and, couldn't finish it, but a foul. He'll go to the free throw line.
And now with every foul, the Eagles will be shooting free throws the rest of the way as they're doing a nice job from the charity stripe, shooting 9 from 10.
OG's only taken 1 free throw attempt tonight. He did make it. So a chance to take it back to a 5-point game if he can convert them both. First is good. He's got them both. He'll go to 20. And it's a 5-point game, 73-68. Ibrahim up high, top of the circle. Biffle down in against Luka, blocked. And Luka had the rebound, and he was fouled. It's going to go on Biffle. It'll be his second. And is it an offensive foul or loose ball? If it's a loose ball foul, it'll be a 1-and-1 for the Eagles.
I believe it is a loose ball foul.
So the Eagles will go to the free throw line. Again, points with no time coming off the clock could be to our advantage. We'll shoot the 1-and-1, and when we come back, 7:55 to play. We got a good one here in Daytona Beach. Back right after this on the Eagles Radio Network. Back in Daytona Beach with 7:55 to go in the basketball game. It's 73-68. The Eagles are down 5 here to Tampa. Tampa 73, Embry-Riddle 68. The foul was committed right before that last stoppage by the Spartans. It'll send Luka Mastorovich to the free throw line for the Eagles to shoot the 1-and-1. Luka 2 out of 3 from the free throw line tonight so far. And we're ready to play. Got to make the first to earn the second. Very short, no good. And the Eagles miss a chance there. Points with no time coming off the clock, but only if you make the free throws. Robinson, and we got an offensive foul on the Spartans. Illegal screen called on Gamble, his second personal. And ball will go to the Eagles. No free throws on an offensive foul, whether that be a charge or a moving screen. So Eagles will have to earn their points this time.
But the next
Hawkins catches in the backcourt.
next foul, though, will put the Eagles in the double bonus. So 2 free throws from here on out.
Milkovic up high, needs helper. Finds Mastorovic. Off to Biboyd, shot clock at 15. Rudy out between the circles. Down to 10. Over to OG, they'll clear out for him. He'll go baseline, and he's bumped. Foul there by Gamble, be his third, and as you mentioned, that'll be 10 on Spartans. So Milkovic will go and shoot 2. Make it a one-possession game.
It's exactly what you want from the Eagles, being down so far the entire second half. What better way to get in the ball game, being in the double bonus with 7 minutes to go.
First free throw is good. Milkovic, a much better free throw shooter than Mastorovic, so if you had to pick who to put at the free throw line, it's a no-brainer. And, of course, I jinxed him as he misses the second one. 85% versus 55%, but only 1 out of 2. So it's still a 4-point deficit with 7:11 to go. Biffle left wing. And we got a whistle and a foul away from the ball. I think it's going to be on Luca. We're working hard against Duke Shelton. Just the first on Luca and only the second team foul, so Spartans will have it underneath. Makai Biffle will trigger, guarded by Mackey. Into the wing, 3-point attempt on the way. Off the mark, no good. Rebound tapped twice and controlled by the Spartans. Bacon goes up, under, and gets fouled. He got in a shot off his feet, and then he had to come back down. Gravity took over. Second foul of the game on the shot, Mackey. It'll put Pat Bacon on the free throw line. The Eagles got a miss on that last three-pointer, but nobody could corral the rebound. It was tapped twice, ultimately tapped long, and out to the Spartans. Bacon converts the free throw, gives him 7 points on the game. And he's got them both. Mackey in the corner. Finds Rudy. Will bring it front court. Spartan's going to play man-to-man. Bacon will guard Biboyd out at the midcourt line. Rudy's off the high screen. Dribble drive in for a little floater off the window. No good. Rebound tapped to Luca. Out to Josh Hawkins. He'll attack the baseline. Floated up short. No good. Rebound to the Spartans. Might have been partially blocked over there on the far side. Eagles missed an opportunity that time. And Spartans come the other way. Throw it inside. Picked off by OG. He'll find Rudy, who finds the shot. Float in the paint. And no good. Stick back for Josh. Hawkins is good. Down to a 4-point game, 75-71 with 6:12 to play.
And you figure with 4 opportunities right next to the bucket, one of them had to go, and they only go 1 for 4, but the deficit is only 4.
There's deflection. Out at midcourt. Spartans chase it down, though. Wrap it around top of the circle. Gamble. His 3 is no good, but a rebound to Pat Bacon. Bacon spins, gets double-teamed, and throws it cross-court quickly. Out to Gamble, down the paint for a runner, and basket and 1 for Anthony Gamble.
Seems like that's just his second shot that wasn't a three-pointer today.
Foul on Rudy. Couple of big offensive rebounds here for the Spartans in the last couple possessions. The difference makers right now. It's back to a 6-point game. Anthony Gamble has 28 points.
Yeah, that last offensive rebound by Bacon, no one went after it on the Eagles side, and that's why Bacon was the only one who got it.
Yeah, he was all alone. 78-71, that big 3-point play takes it from 4 up to 7. OG, top of the circle. Wrap around looking for Luca, can't find him. It's deflected and stolen away. Here comes Bacon ahead of the pack. Crossover down the paint against Hawkins. It's up and good. Bacon in transition. He'll go to double figures with 10. And it's back to a 9-point game just that fast. Hawkins down the paint to Luca, and he's fouled to go to the free throw line.
Spartan foul number 11.
Foul goes on 11, Robinson. That's his second.
It's a smart foul, though, there. Luca had an easy little layup right there, but better to send him to the free throw line than to give him the easy bucket.
Yeah, nothing easy and make him earn his points. First free throw is good. Brian Johnson's going to give Nishad Mackey a rest. And Elijah Jenkins will get in there for Rudy. And Luca leaves that one short.
And he just hasn't made consecutive free throws all game. Has been either 1 for 2 or 0 for 1.
Yeah, that's how you end up at 55% on the season. And there's a deflection, but a foul called on Josh Hawkins. His first, working against Pat Bacon. That's 5 against the Eagles now.
You got to like the aggressive defense there by Hawkins and not allowing the Bacon to get in front of him. Because Bacon has a quick first step and he can get by anyone.
Bacon will go all the way into the backcourt to corral this one. They'll come off the high screen. Down the paint against Josh Stopp. Reverses into Duke Shelton. His little baby hook is good. Very patient play there by both Bacon and Shelton. And it's a 10-point game again, 82-72. Left side, Brian Johnson. Takes it down the paint for a floater. It's no good, but a foul. He'll go to the line. Foul on 21, Gamble. Hey, there's good news. Gamble's got 4 fouls. A little late to worry about foul trouble with only 4 minutes left and the Eagles down 10.
I'm sure the Eagles would love if he would foul out of the game, as he has 29 points, leading scorer in the game thus far.
Brian Johnson misses the free throw. It was as little as 4, 75-71. But it's a 7-1 run here for Tampa to push it back to 10, 82-72. And the Eagles were 90% from the free throw line, 9 out of 10, but have only made 4 of our last 8. And Brian Johnson misses both of them, but the Eagles do get an offensive rebound. Johnson put it back for 3. That's off the mark as well. And then great hustle by OG to save it off of one of the Spartans. And Eagles will keep it alive.
OG doing a nice job hustling for that one, and then before getting the offensive rebound, it tipped it back out to Johnson. Just can't happen to convert the 3.
Eagles ball on the baseline. Trigger into Rudy. Out to Jenkins. Over to Milkovich against Duke Shelton. Post feed into Mackey. Gets weak side help. Shot no good. Rebound tapped around. Robinson comes out with it. Good help there from Duke Shelton. I'm not sure if he got a piece of it or not, but he came from the weak side to alter it. And the Spartans get a big stop there. Bacon on the dribble here. Creating space against Rudy and working the clock. Down the paint. Loses the handle but chases it down. Shot clock down to 6. Takes it in for a floater and it's good.
And that's something they'll probably do the rest of the way, is milk as much time on the shot clock as possible. Take a last-second shot, usually by Bacon or Shelton. Bacon gets that one to go.
Johnson loses the handle. It's picked. Here come the Spartans in a 2-on-1. And Mackey hits the foul. He'll send Marcel Robinson to the free throw line. Third on the shot, and that'll take us to our under 4 media timeout. This one's going the wrong direction right now. Spartans lead it by 12, and they'll go to the free throw line, and we come right back after this on the Eagles Radio Network. Yes, sir. I can do it tonight, right after the game. Yep. Okay.
Wednesday, January 10th, as they take on the Sharks of Nova Southeastern.
Eagles got down by as many as 16, I think was the biggest. Is that right, Luke? 16? Yeah, that was the biggest deficit. Rallied to cut it to as little as 4. But it seems like they might have spent all their energy on the comeback. It was 4 at the 7:24 mark. But unfortunately, it's ballooned back to 12 now with only 3:14 to play, and it could get extended with Marcel Robinson at the free throw line left side here for the Spartans.
Yeah, just when you thought the Eagles had all the momentum bringing it to a 4-point game, Tampa just kind of, takes back control, and now they lead by 12.
First free throw from Robinson is no good. His first trip to the line tonight. Misses the first, makes the second, and it's a 13-point lead with 3:13 to play. Jenkins out between the circles. Looks for an shot, can't find him, go to Hawkins instead. Josh is going baseline for a runner, it's up and good. That was actually Josh Hawkins. PA announcer said Elijah Jenkins, but it was Hawkins. Back to an 11-point game. Bacon, trap far side, finds Gamble, throws it underneath to Shelton. And a little bit of a mismatch in size, and Duke Shelton able to convert inside. Shelton's bucket is good. Basket and one opportunity on the foul on Elijah Jenkins.
Did as much job he did the best job he could have been. Pass down low, just happens to hit him on the arm, and Shelton could get the and one opportunity right here.
Yeah, 6'8" and 215 against 6'3" and 165. Just not fair. And Shelton does convert the free throw. Jenkins for Hawkins. Now Rudy out between the circles. Down the paint against Bacon, off the window and good. 88-76. Eagles down 12. Double team in the backcourt. They go over the top, and they'll throw an alley-oop to Shelton, who will slam it home.
And he's shown off the athleticism a couple of times with a fast break dunk and then the lob right there.
Yeah, when you go for the full court press and your result is the 2-on-1 fast break, when one of the 2-on-1 guys is 6'8" and 215, it's going to result in a bucket, usually an easy basket, and that's what happened to the last two times. Spartans by 14 with the basketball, and they're going to slow it down here. Gamble's going to penetrate down the right-hand side. His runner's no good. Stick back, no good. Duke Shelton's stick back is good. Shelton scored 7 in a row here in the final couple minutes. And the Spartans are going to win this one tonight. 92-76. They lead it by 16. Mackey at the elbow goes up strong and gets it blocked and blocked off of his own shoulder out of bounds. It'll go to the Spartans. Kobe Carlton in, Cole Hunter in.
Just amazing. The Eagles managed to bring it all the way within 4. You thought all the momentum was on their side, and then all of a sudden Tampa comes roaring back, and now they just can't miss a shot.
Yeah, Tampa had the finishing card tonight. Down to 4, but back to 16 right now.
And this is the largest lead of the game for Tampa.
Minute 19 to play here in Daytona Beach. Spartans going to win this one. Bacon going to take it inside. Runner, basket is good, and a foul. Third foul on Jenkins. He's got as many fouls as he does points tonight. Tough night for the freshman point guard for the Eagles. Just 1 out of 5 from three-point area tonight. 3 points, 3 fouls, 3 assists for Jenkins. And Bacon converts the free throw.
Bacon now with 15 points, and he's just 1 assist shy of a double-double.
Pull-up 3 from Rudy Bibb Boyd is good. Time to pad the stats here in the final minute, 95-79. Lead is 16. Bacon will try to work as much clock as he can. Throws it cross court. They'll go ahead and shoot a wide open jumper from there. Hits good for 3 from Makai Biffle.
Yeah, ever since the Eagles got within 4, Tampa just hasn't been able to miss.
Milkovich will shoot a 3. That's good. It's like an NBA All-Star game right now. Teams just trading three-pointers.
With not much defense in the middle.
Yeah. Shot clock and game clock about a 3-second differential, so the Spartans technically have to take a shot here. As long as they throw it up toward the rim and draw some rim, they will throw it up toward the rim and hit it, and rebound Cole Hunter out to Bib Boyd, and Rudy put it up from about 35 feet, and it's off the mark, no good, and that'll do it for the ball game tonight. This one will go in the books as a 98-82 final. Spartans win it by 16, but it was a much closer game than that, at least until the final few minutes when the Eagles just ran out of gas and the Spartans had that final push to take it from a 4-point game to as many as 19, and they win it by 16 here in Daytona Beach. We'll take time out and come back for a short post-game recap. The Kalen Home Furnishings post-game show coming up right after this on the Eagles Radio Network. Yeah, that'd be great, please. Back live at the ICI Center here in Daytona Beach for the Kalen Home Furnishings post-game show. John Phillips, Luke Halgerson bring you Eagles basketball tonight. Not a good result for either the men or the women tonight, unfortunately. Eagles come out on the short end of both of those games and lose 2 tough ones here to Tampa. Final score in the men's contest here, 98-82, in a game that was actually much closer than the final score indicates, and a very competitive game. With about 7 minutes to go, it was a 4-point game, and we might have even had the ball, I think, at that point. And actually, it was 5, and OG had 2 free throws, because if he had made both, it would have been a 1-possession game. He only made 1 of 2, and then things U-turned it and went the other direction. And Tampa ends up extending the lead to as many as 19 and winning it by 16 here, 98-82. An outstanding, impressive performance for the Spartans. They played really well tonight. Leading scorer was Anthony Gamble. Comes in averaging 4. He goes for 29. 2 other players very impressive tonight. Duke Shelton, a double-double with 17 points and 12 rebounds on 80% shooting, 8 out of 10. And a double-double from Pat Bacon. Normally their leading scorer at 15. Tonight he was only, he was the 3rd highest scorer on the team with 15, but did have 10 assists. An outstanding performance for him at the point guard spot. 15 points, 10 assists. Also had 2 steals in 31 minutes of court time tonight. So credit to Tampa. Tip your cap to the Spartans as they win it tonight, to improve to 6-6 and 2-4 in the Sunshine State Conference. All 5 starters in double figures. Gamble with 29, Mackay Biffle and Duke Shelton with 17 apiece, and Marcel Robinson and Pat Bacon 15 apiece. Not much support from the bench, but they didn't need it tonight. 93 of their 98 points came from the starting 5. For the Eagles tonight, some good individual performances as well, but just didn't shoot the ball consistently enough for the game to make this one as competitive as we would have liked it to have been. 24-10 for OG. He had an outstanding game tonight, but can't do it all himself. Luca was nice as well with 17 points, including a couple of made three-pointers. Nishad Mackey had his usual double-double, 16 points and 11 rebounds. And Rudy was solid with 16 points, but those 4 players scored 73 of the 82. Just couldn't get support from too many other folks. Tough night shooting the ball for Elijah Jenkins. He was 1 at 5 from long distance. Josh Hawkins was only 3 of 8 overall. And Brian Johnson took 4 shots from the field, missed all 4. Took 2 3-pointers, missed both of those. Took 2 free throws and missed both of those. It was a tough night all the way around for Brian Johnson. Didn't score a single point in 13 minutes. He did have 2 rebounds and 1 assist. But the Eagles fall here to Tampa. Nice job by the Spartans, shooting 60% for the game, 59.7 to be exact, and 53% from three-point area. And the Eagles fall by a score of 98-82. And 2 very different games, Luke, in terms of the women and the men, but in a lot of ways similar. The Embry-Riddle teams just really struggled shooting the ball on the perimeter, while our visitors did not. You'd think the Spartans had plenty of practice here in the ICI Center because they felt very comfortable tonight on both sides, the early game and the late one.
Yeah, it's going to spell disaster for your team when you only shoot 41%, then your opponent shoots almost 60%, 59.7% for Tampa. So just unfortunate for the Eagles, and you got to wonder, they must have exerted all their energy trying to cut that 16-point deficit, managed to bring it all the way within 4, and then just kind of seemed like after that all the momentum went right back to Tampa, and then they end up winning by 18 here with a final of 98-82.
Yeah, it was definitely a roller coaster ride tonight. A competitive game early as we built up the momentum, and it was all Spartans for a long, long stretch. Then the Eagles came roaring back to cut it to 4, and fans got involved in the game. I thought we had a good one shaping up for a thrilling finish, and then the Spartans just pushed it over the edge, and the Eagles came crashing down, and they fall by a score of 98-82. So just a tough one tonight for the Eagles all the way around as they fall here in Sunshine State Conference play, and that's unfortunately going to be the story the rest of the way. There's no more non-conference games. It's all conference games the rest of the way. And I don't know where the easy games are. There aren't too many on the schedule. If you look at the schedule right now, the Berry Buccaneers are 5-0. This is just conference play. Eckerd's at 5-1. Rollins is 4-2. St. Leo's 4-2. Nova's 3-2. Palm Beach Atlantic 3-3, Florida Southern 2-3, and then the 3 teams below that have only won 1 game in the league. Well, Tampa will go to 2-4 with this win, and then Lynn and Florida Tech have each only won 1 game so far. So maybe we'll look forward to playing Lynn because we haven't beaten anybody else. We're 0-5 now in the league and 6-7 overall, and we'll go to Boca next Wednesday night. It won't be easy down there, I can guarantee you that. They might be toward the bottom of the standings, but always a tough opponent there. And the Eagles will look forward to getting one in the win column here very, very shortly. So it's a tough night overall. The Eagles fall by a score of 98-82. And on the women's side, I misplaced that final. What was the women's final score tonight? Once we switched over, very low-scoring affair, 53-35. Is that right, Zach? It was a rough one tonight, I remember that. But either way, the Eagles lose both of them, both the men and the women come out on the short end. But, hey, we're going to try to bounce back next Wednesday. We're in action. It'll be 5:30 and 7:30 down in Boca Raton 5:30 for the women, 7:30 for the men. And the men's game will be heard right here on the radio stations of WSBB. So exactly right, Zach. Thank you. 53-35 was the early game. The early game for the women as they fall by 18 to the University of Tampa. So we'll say thanks to Skip for producing the show tonight from the stations of WSBB. My broadcast partner, Luke Halgerson. Our statistician was Ryan Mosier. And all the Eagle fans that came out and joined us tonight, thanks for being with us. Next home game, Wednesday, January the 10th, right here at the ICI Center. Until then, folks, good night. This is Eagle.